All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays. Morning, of course, for me here in Dubai, while it's evening and still early enough in the evening for those in the New York and Florida time zone. More so in Florida than New York these days, because my parents are driving all over Florida because I'm trying to get them out of New York. The every house is, you know taken off the market within a week. Prices are getting out of control because no one wants to live in New York anymore. Now, as long as these New Yorkers and Californians don't start voting for communists that screwed up their states, everything will be fine. But Texas and Florida is the way to go if you are in America. Political rant aside, let's go straight to the charts because Bitcoin is pumping. Hey guys, yep, not even 11 p.m. in New York. Yeah, Montana is great too. It just doesn't really have much of a nightlife if you are, looking for that kind of life. Okay. All right. So I had to restart my computer. So all the oscillators are back. What is this? This is the monthly chart. I am now using the index from TradingView. It's a great way to get the history of Bitcoin that is live updating. It's our monthly chart. We are looking absolutely great. Nothing more to say on that. There's just nothing to say. The weekly chart. Let's take a look at the oscillators. The RSI is back into the overbought territory. We did have a lower high on the RSI. So this is going to be very, very interesting. If we can make a new high with a lower RSI, that would be a complete divergence. And this is why the next big swing high in Bitcoin, I believe, will lead to some more significant downside. Okay, guys? I believe there's more significant downside coming after the next big swing. And we're going to talk about how big of a swing I am anticipating on this move. The MACD, of course, has no end in sight, and the CMF is still looking pretty good. But the CMF has plenty of room to come down, making more divergence in line with the RSI while the price makes a new all-time high. Daily chart, let's go through the oscillators. The funding rate is starting to go positive, but it's still not that bad. The RSI is looking okay, still got room. There it is. There is your crossover. If the price of Bitcoin goes up any more today, you will get that crossover. Of course, it has to close in order to get that crossover in. And the CMF is looking okay. All right. Price action. It's all about the price action. Look at yesterday's candle. I love yesterday's candle. I was a little bit concerned because as I was doing the video, this candle was trading near the bottom of its range, means that it would go back under the 20-period moving average. However, right now, you can see how that candle closed. There was a big rally towards the end of the day, and that candle closed. The whole body was above the moving average. That is very, very critical. This was also the 7th biggest close in Bitcoin's history. That is incredibly significant, maybe even higher than that. Let's zoom in on this. Let's zoom in. Let's put a line right at yesterday's close. Boom, it broke those closes. Awesome. Yesterday's close was at exactly, I'm going to round $52,400. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th largest close in Bitcoin's history. Okay. And if we look at right now, if the candle was to close right now, I know it still has an entire day to go. And with the entire day, we can close significantly higher or significantly lower. I would love to get one more close in. So let's try to close today above Where is this line at? $54,300. And that would make it 1, 2, 3, the fourth highest daily close in Bitcoin's history. So, new lesson. As we approach new all-time highs, am I bullish or am I bearish? Do I want to short a rising asset like an idiot? Or do I want to ride the trend of a rising asset? Obviously, if you want to last in a career as a trader, you should be going long an asset that is breaking its all-time high, unless it's breaking its all-time high for the 300th day in a row. When you are making new all-time highs consistently, you want to start looking for a potential reversal. But if you are breaking to a new all-time high after a significant pullback, it is probably the most no-brain killing sells you can make in your trading career. So I am obviously very, very bullish. As I've been saying, the break of this moving average and the break of the prior swing high of 50,300 at the closing level would make me bullish. While the last green star candle clearly did not work out, this current green star candle should completely make up for all of that. Jim Cohen, how are you, buddy? Thank you so much for your very generous super chat. I will go ahead and read your message. Keep up the good work. Even when you're out there living your best life, you're putting in the time for all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Jim did very well in the unconfiscatable poker tournament. He finished in the top 10. Did a great job, and he was also doing the commentary for us after he got knocked out of the tournament. Looking forward to seeing you back at another tournament, Jim. There was another super chat yesterday from someone in, I believe, Norway, and I totally forgot what that message was. And so please, if you are that person from Norway and you are watching this, if you can just set like a 1 Norwegian krone repeat of that message, I would really, really appreciate it. I totally forgot to read that super chat on yesterday's stream. My bad on that. Now, there was a very interesting comment in yesterday's video about, I know what, I'll cover that later. Let's look at the lower level timeframes. Bitcoin is bullish. Everyone should be happy. See? This is where you should start to consider getting concerned on a 4-hour chart, because as you can see, the RSI has broken above a very critical overbought point on the 4-hour chart. And you can look at the simple history of Bitcoin and take a look, well, when was the last time it broke this area? And you can see that it happened right here around February 19th. And while Bitcoin still had a day and a half or so of more upside, the RSI started to diverge. The price was going higher, the RSI was going lower, and down we went for a significant correction. Now, also notice how at the moment when the RSI was equivalent to where it is now, Bitcoin was coming off a green star candle based on the MRI indicator. We have just broken its prior all-time high of 52,400, and we still had, a full day to go before we reached an MRI top. And while we did go still a little bit higher than that, this was pretty much a good opportunity to get out of your, over bullish trade at 58,000. I was, of course, still bullish based on the daily chart, which unfortunately did not make it to its MRI top. It came up about 3 days shy. So, but on the 4-hour chart, you can see how the combination of RSI going overbought and the MRI top was able to give you a nice warning signal on a 4-hour chart. Let's go to what it looks like right now. Well, not much different. We had a green star candle. We have broken the resistance, but if you look, we just started a brand new candle 2 minutes ago, and this candle is very close to a potential MRI top on a 4-hour chart. It should happen at the end of day today. Also, look at my green arrow that I must have drawn back here on March 7th. And that takes me to about 55,000. I can actually adjust this arrow to an MRI top because I know exactly when that MRI top is intended to come in. So we have this candle, then we have one more candle, then we have one more candle, then we have the final candle after that. So I just shortened the time of this green arrow to make it more in line with an upcoming MRI top. Now I will bring you a video tonight in about, 10 to 12 hours from now, and we will see whether the MRI top is relevant in this 4-hour scheme. I love the fact that we've broken the prior swing high. I love the fact that we've broken the resistance line. And at this point, there is absolutely nothing stopping Bitcoin from breaking $60,000. But momentum will not allow it to just get there straight. There will be some pullbacks. And one of those pullbacks I would be looking for is the MRI top on the 4-hour chart. Going back to the daily chart, we still have 4 to 5 days left before a potential MRI top. And I think that the odds are it's 50-50 shot whether we're going to break the new all-time highs within the next 5 days, but it's certainly possible. But I now do believe in this giant green arrows that I've drawn. Maybe I've drawn them a little bit, too steep. Maybe not. We will see, but I absolutely love this. So we have the weekly time frame is bullish, the daily time frame is bullish, the 4-hour time frame is bullish, but ending sometime later tonight. And the 1-hour chart is probably bullish as well. Let me see. What is the MRI saying on a 4-hour chart? Waiting, it's loading, boom. We had an MRI top a few hours ago. It was a reversal candle. However, on these doji candles, if we do not trade below the doji on the following candle, that is not an indication to get out of your asset. For more on the doji candle, please check out the Tone Vays free tutorial at tonevays.com. Learn trading. All of these links are very, very useful when you are learning the oscillators. Please click on the front link first, and then the additional supplemental links to read more about all of this TA knowledge. Because if you are going to compete in the world of trading and you are not running a hedge fund with a bunch of interns that could do analysis on companies, you need to learn technical analysis because you just can't compete in any other way. You can, of course, join Telegram groups of illiquid scammy assets and pump those, but that's not how I like to trade, and that's not how I teach people to trade. If you are looking for something a little more advanced, please check out the on-demand videos. These are just educational tutorials. These are complement each other, the risk and the TA. And for your more advanced traders interested in the MRI, please check out Products and Services MRI Indicator. Those messaging me on Telegram asking for permission and grant you to use the MRI, please understand that it is not fair to those that paid for the MRI for me to give you the MRI for free. So please check out this tutorial so that everyone is at a fair level. Okay, gold. We are watching gold very, very carefully. Also, GBTC. GBTC continues to be a basket case for premium. It is at a negative 7.5 premium. I have a hard time explaining why that is. People are kind of stupid to let the premium go to that level. So I am a buyer of GBTC here. I am pretty much 100% in. I am like 85% in. I should be 100% in, but I'm only 85. I will finish that. I will, once the market opens tomorrow, I will probably be 100% in GBTC. As you guys know, I bought back over here when the premium was unreasonably low. And I said, screw this. I think Bitcoin is going to break out anyway. So I went back in, and I am almost 100% in bullish on Bitcoin. I explained a little bit of GBTC in yesterday's video, so please check that out. Gold. Gold is very interesting. Gold had its MRI buy yesterday. Today is that in between candle. Gold also had a weekly MRI buy. Sorry, that is the weekly MRI buy. We're going to go to the daily to see what the daily MRI looks like. And I think the daily MRI is today. So this is where I am interested in catching the gold falling knife. Am I going to be successful in catching this gold falling knife? I don't know, but I have a very clean risk profile. Of course, gold trades 24/7, and to me, buying off this MRI daily buy, considering we just had a weekly MRI buy, is a low risk trade. Buying on this candle, anywhere on this candle, is a low risk trade. And the reason why it's a low risk trade is because you have a very defined stop loss. The stop loss is right there. You can give it a little bit of cushion. Let's see what the numbers are. The low in yesterday's candle was 16,078. Sorry, 1,678. I would give it a little more breathing room. I would take the stop loss down to 16,048. That's a little bit too far. Nope, I am not going to do that. Futures are very, very leveraged, and that is way too far. So my cushion will be 1668. That is my stop loss. My goal is to raise that stop loss as soon as possible. 1667.5. Those are my coordinates. Style, my stop losses are always in blue for consistency. That is my stop loss. Okay, this is the daily chart. If we go back to the weekly chart, you can see how I gave myself a little bit of cushion off of today's week. I believe that gold is ready to reverse, maybe not to new all-time highs, but enough for a profitable trade. And if I have to wait all year for this trade, I will wait all year for this trade, because there are thousands of assets you can trade. No one is forcing you to only trade gold. So if gold only gives me one trade a year, I will take one trade a year. Okay, this is the trade I would take. Other than shorting gold at the top, this is the first clean trade I see in gold since shorting it at some point last year. This is, of course, using the weekly scale. On a daily scale, there could have been other trades. On a daily scale, gold could have certainly been shorted once it broke this swing low. You see it by this red line. But right now, this is the first MRI buy opportunity I see on a daily scale. We can verify this with the, I know this video is lasting a little bit too long, but we can kind of verify this. Don't ask me why I have Doge up. I don't want to discuss that. We can verify this on the gold cash market, and you can see that the gold cash market also has an MRI buy opportunity right now as we speak, and it also had a beautiful, oh, this is the weekly chart as well. Let's go to the daily chart. Beautiful. It's exactly the same, and it's on a weekly buy right now. So to me, this is a low risk trade because you have a very well defined stop loss. That is our stop loss in the futures market. I have set it. You can see where I set it. And where is my profit? Where's my target? My target is a Lambo. I have no target. Gold can go to $100,000 off of this. I have absolutely no idea where my target is. I am gonna judge my target as we go. All I know is I have an entry in gold somewhere in this candle. We are not going to cherry pick. I am just gonna use the current price as my entry, even though If you have been paying attention to this and you were awake all day, I'm in Dubai, so I was asleep. I just woke up. You could have gotten in a lot earlier in this gold trade. You could have gotten in $7 earlier. Now, I wouldn't call that a lot, but it would have certainly lowered your risk by half. We are not going to cheat. We're not going to cherry pick. We're just going to use the current price as the entry, and that is the stop loss. And we will see how this trade develops. Am I entering this trade in real life with real money? I am not. I am just entering this trade virtually. And while I don't have money on the line, I do have reputation on the line. And that matters to me a hell of a lot more than money. Those that have watched me since 2015 on YouTube know that is 100% true statement. Okay. We got a couple of super chats. Tone, what's your true, honest opinion of Ethereum? Ethereum is a shitcoin. It is not decentralized. It is not stable technology. And it is completely silly to build on top of Ethereum. I can be a lot more honest, but that's honest enough. When you talk about gold, could I play it on GLD? Yes, you can. You can play it on GLD, but of course you have to deal with gaps. We can look at GLD, actually. I probably should have already done that. And you can see how the GLD candle is on a weekly buy as well. So the GLD is the same thing. It's going to open. It should open in a positive way. GLD is looking good. Did GLD also give you a weekly sell? It did not. Look, I prefer the futures market. The futures market. See, there's a big difference between the Bitcoin futures and gold futures. Gold futures are price discovery of Bitcoin, which is why I prefer to trade the gold futures versus the gold GLD. It is price discovery and it is liquid. Unfortunately, in Bitcoin, the futures are not open on the weekend, and they are not price discovery of Bitcoin, which is why I don't like to trade the futures of Bitcoin. And trading GBTC is no different than trading the futures, other than if you want leverage. But yes, you can certainly play GLD. And here is the daily chart. It will have a daily MRI buy when the market opens, and it's on a weekly MRI buy right now. Okay, like I said, this video is going on too long, so I need to stop. This is the S&P, and the S&P is looking bullish, and that's good for Bitcoin and all other markets. The other, oh yeah, the shitcoin. The shitcoin death watch is still, unfortunately, not complete. TLT. I've been talking about a bond reversal. This one is becoming challenging. I still think it can happen. Gold reversing, stock market reversing, and bond yields reversing. I'm still going to give it another day. I am not entering any real or theoretical trades on this, but I would love to see this reverse. It's on a weekly MRI buy. What about the daily? See, the daily is conflicting with the weekly. The daily is saying bearish. The daily was saying buy right here, but that didn't materialize. This trade would have been a break-even trade. But I'm going to hold off on the TLT reversal for now. What do you find surprising in Dubai? Man, I'm sorry, guys. I promise to keep these videos short. I'm going to stop the screen share. Again, if you're looking to learn TA, please check out the on-demand videos. That's it. I am bullish across all time frames. One last peek at the short-term chart of Bitcoin. We're not having a very good hour. Let this consolidate for a little bit. We did just hit an MRI top on a 1-hour chart, but then I think we will continue to go higher. So I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to just quickly say Dubai. People are like someone on YouTube called me a hypocrite for coming to Dubai and talking shit about Canada. And they're saying how Dubai is not a democracy, and those that, do drugs can face, severe penalties. Well, those are the rules here. Okay. Like, yes, Dubai is not a democracy. That's not, UAE is not a democracy. They are good at, there are some things here have more freedom. Some things here have less freedom, and you choose. Like, I don't do drugs. I have never done drugs. So for me, that is kind of irrelevant, whether you can or can't. Do I think that drugs should be legal? Yes, but rules are rules, right? And I follow the rules of a country. Dubai has lots of freedom, including freedom of no taxation. They have lots of financial freedom. And if you follow their rules, you can have a very enjoyable life here in Dubai. Do I plan to live in Dubai personally? Not really. Dubai is not exactly for me. I like coming here. I enjoy spending my time here. And they are, leave you alone as long as you don't, violate certain rules. Uh, that's it. So right now, I believe Canada is a socialist communist republic, and Dubai is a better place than Canada or the UK or most parts of the US. Maybe if people start electing the right politicians, the Western countries can once again go towards capitalism. But do I think there is more capitalism in Dubai than in England or the US at this point? I actually do. I do think there's more capitalism here going on than there. And you can tell by people moving here and moving out of there. So there's your quick overview of Dubai. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the view and see you all